Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Snaffle Speak. We today are going to have a different kind of video. As you noticed, you are not looking at me. You are looking at my Xbox screen. I'm going to do a bit of a game review slash horse lovers review of this game, Red Dead Redemption. This is actually one of my favorite games for the Xbox 360. Not only because the horse aspect of it is really cool, you get to break horses and own horses, and they're different colors, and it's pretty cool. But you also get to run around the Old West and shoot people, and everyone talks with a twangy type accent, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so I really like this game, and I've been wanting to do a review of this for a while. I'm not really going to review the game itself. There's enough people who do that. I'm actually going to review the horses. Mostly the names that they use in the game to describe the horses, and then I'm going to talk about what the colors actually are. Because they tend to use breed names in place of color names, because all the horses physically are the same, so it's not like your quarter horses are going to have bigger butts than your thoroughbreds. But yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So anyways, in advance, I'm going to apologize for any whimpering you hear in the background. My puppy just got back from his neuter surgery, so he's a little bit ouchy and he's crying a bit. But I can't lock him out of the room because he will make even more noise. So I apologize in advance. Alright, here we go. Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Love this game. So, while we're waiting, this game, you play as a man named John Marston. John Marston works for some suits from the city who want him to kill his old gang members to save his wife and child. So this is John Marston in all his awesome glory. And this is the cabin we stay in on the McFarland Ranch. There's a saddle and the very old western. It's very cool. Anyways, okay. So you walk out here, and there's horses everywhere, and it's pretty cool. Ignore this horse for right now. We're just for right now going to talk about we're going to fangirl a little bit about the awesomeness of the motion of this horse's walk. I mean, just look at this walk. Look at the walk. It's so smooth and realistic. I wish more games had this kind of thing for their mounts. I think that's one of my favorite things in the world is just how realistic the horse walking and trotting and stuff look. So here's a walk. Here's a trot. It's kind of a lengthy leg trot. I don't know if that's called an extended trot. It's kind of an interesting trot, but John Marston sits it because he's a good old-fashioned cowboy. You can get up to a canter. It's a pretty fast canter on that. Sorry. Whoop. Don't run into the wall. So you notice when he slows down, my right bumper's broken. But when he slows down, he actually pulls up on the reins, which is pretty cool. You can go up to a full gallop, which is fun. Yeah, look at that. Woo! Yeah, my horse is fast. Oh, there's rocks. Haha. Okay, so I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted by how cool my horse looks. Anyways, I'm going to go over here so we don't get bothered by anything, and we are going to talk about the colors of these horses. So this is actually the first on the deed list for the horses you can buy. No. Someone's getting hurt over there, guys. Nope, we're going to ignore it. We're going to ignore it. Sorry, guy, you're going to get shot by bandits. Okay. So it's kind of hard to see. I wonder if I should wait for daytime. Alright. Okay. This horse that I'm on now in the deeds is called a war horse. The war horse it's a very general term. It's not actually a breed and it's not actually a color. This is actually a DLC. This horse, the only thing that makes it a war horse, quote unquote, is it has scars on its legs, red scars across near its hocks and on its chest. So that's what makes it a war horse. It also comes with a darker saddle and darker saddlebags than the other horses. the color of this horse is, making this a little hard here, is a black horse with a white mane, white tail, and a white sock on his left hind leg. And that's all there's to it. That's the war horse. I really like him. He's, I believe, one of the fastest horses in the game. He goes pretty fast. Don't give me those flat ears. I like him. I think he's pretty cool. I named him Joey. Those of you might understand why. So I'm going to go to my menu. I'm going to pick the next horse. I don't know if you can read it. It's called a Welsh Mountain horse. In the info, it says a brown horse with white stockings and a blaze, normal speed. So now we're going to look at what that horse actually looks like. Now we have to wait for the war horse to go away before our other horse will come up. So there's our horse. This is the Welsh Mountain. So remember, it says a brown horse with a white stockings and a blaze. Now, for those of you who are horse lovers, this is obviously not a brown horse. Oops, sorry guys, sorry. This is a chestnut horse, or maybe even some could argue, I want to maybe like say a strawberry roan. The stockings are correct. There are white stockings on the back legs, and he or she, whatever, I don't know, he's, has a, hey, look at me, there we go. Does have a white blaze, but it's not a brown horse, and I'm not sure what Welsh Mountain means. I think they're talking about halflingers, so that is technically an accurate color if we are talking about a halflinger. But it's a chestnut horse with a flaxen mane and tail, or a blonde mane and tail, and a black nose. So that's the Welsh Mountain. Okay, I guess you're leaving. That's cool. We'll go to the next horse then. Okay, the next one is a Tobiano Pinto. Now, I know I've been recently having trouble with Pinto and paint. I guess a Pinto is the color, the paint is the breed. So this is a Tobiano Pinto, described as a classic Tobiano with a white blaze, normal speed. We'll use that. Now, I always understood Tobianos as just being a pattern of the Pinto horse, and Pintos being the cow print, what I've always been calling paint. So, I mean, that's always how I understood it. There's our Tobiano. Coming up. You walk faster. There you go. Okay, here's your Tobiano Pinto. And that's pretty accurate. I think out of all the horses, this is probably one of the more accurate ones. It's obviously it's a Pinto. It's a bay Pinto with it does have a white stripe or a blaze, and it's mostly bay with the white patterning on one side and the other. I think it's actually prettier on the other side. Yeah, this is a pretty cool horse. It's a normal speed. It's It's a 2-star, I believe, horse. I'm rather fond of Pintos. It's actually one of the first horses you get in the game. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. It's pretty accurate. So far, I'm being proven to be a silly person. Okay, the next one is a painted standardbred. Sorry, guys. So when I think of a paint, I think of what we're looking at right now as a paint horse or a Pinto, whatever you call it. A standardbred, from my understanding, a standardbred is an under saddle horse, like a gaited horse, from what I thought. So the description is a brown varnish Appaloosa horse, normal speed. So Appaloosas are not paints, and they are not Pintos, from what I understand. I understood an Appaloosa to be a horse with like Dalmatian spots, so it's like a white horse with black or bay or chestnut spotting. That's what I understood. I don't know what you want, sir, but I don't. Yeah, okay. Okay, sorry guys. Got distracted by some guy. Easy, Merc. Easy, bud. Okay. Okay, here's your Appaloosa. It is accurately, this is called a blanket Appaloosa in our actual horse term, if I'm not mistaken. It is a bay horse with a white sock on its right hind. It's got a white stripe, a very thin one. Oh, it's got a white sock on the front left too. On the front right, I'm sorry. and it's got the blanket spotting on the back, so the whites with the spackling on the back. I actually think this kind of almost looks like almost like I believe it's some kind of roan. I forget what the term is, but it looks like more like a roan to me than looks more like a roan than an Appaloosa, but I could see how an Appaloosa could be taken out of this type of horse. So, okay, he's done with us, I guess. Bye, horse. So we're going down to the Cleveland Bay. Cleveland Bay, a brown horse with a white star and sniff, normal speed. So I hear Cleveland Bay, and I immediately think of the football team. That guy's getting killed by coyotes. I think this horse is actually, in fact, a bay. But I don't think it's your typical brown bay. I think it's actually, yeah, that's what I thought. It's a blood bay. This is actually my favorite color of horse. Nope. Okay, I don't care. Okay, so, okay, fine. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. We're just... Oh. Okay, they got him. Never mind. Okay. So, yeah, it is in fact a bay, and it does have socks and a blaze. Am I mistaken? Nope, nothing. It's got 4 white socks. It's a blood bay. Like I said, it's my favorite color of horse. I prefer a blood bay to most other colors of horses, but that's not the subject of this video. The blood bay is really cool. I think this is actually the first horse you get in the game. Sorry, I'm trying to hold still. And he's done with us. Okay, so yeah, the Cleveland Bay is a blood bay horse, not a. They're using breed names, I think, and they're just putting a color to it. But you notice all the horses look physically the same. So yeah, that's the Cleveland Bay. The American Standard Bred. Sorry guys, I can't see my own screen. The American Standard Bred, a black horse, fast speed. This is actually one of the 3, if you don't include the war horse, one of the 3 fastest horses in the game. You don't get this one till the very last zone. You can break it out on the plains. You go break him as a wild horse. You don't buy it in the store. And this is pretty straightforward. It's actually legitimately a black horse. I don't know why it's called an American Standard Bred. I don't know why they would attribute that color and that breed. I'm not really sure what an American Standard Bred means. But this is an American Standard Bred in the game. It's a beautiful black horse who's really fast and kind of fun, very Black Beauty-ish, but there's no white on him. That's pretty straightforward. And anyway, moving along. The next one, the Highland Chestnut. Now, this is the horse I actually have a hard time with, because I've never heard of a Highland Chestnut as a breed or a color. And in fact, this horse is not a chestnut. So, the description is a Palomino horse with dark legs, normal speed. Now, I've had a couple conversations with people about this horse, and I've come to a conclusion that actually I'm okay with, you know. So when I think of the Highlands, I think of Europe. I think of like Norway and things like that, you know, Highlander, all that. So this horse, now that I think about it in a Highland sense, makes more sense. Now this is what I call a buckskin. Now this is what I thought a buckskin looked like. You know, a yellow body with black legs and a black face and black mane and tail. But then you notice this horse's hair is actually white at the top of where the roots of the mane and tail are, and fade down into black. So I was thinking about it, why would they call it a Highland Chestnut if it's not a chestnut? I've come to the conclusion that this is a fjord horse. It's a little big for a fjord, but like I said, all the horses are physically the same. But this horse looks like a fjord, with the white mane at the top and black on the bottom. So that's what I decided this horse is a fjord. So it makes more sense. I don't know why they call it a Highland Chestnut, but yeah, the Highland Chestnut is actually a buckskin or a fjord type horse. Very pretty. I actually am very fond of these. They're one of my other favorite colors, and he's done with us. So okay. Next one, the painted quarter horse. Now, you can probably assume that this is another paint horse. There's quite a few of them. I think there's actually one more on the list. This one is a red Appaloosa horse with a white face, normal speed. Now, a painted quarter horse, we already have covered the fact that an Appaloosa is not, in fact, a painted horse. It's not a pinto, it's not a paint, it's its own color. It's its own special color. Oh, this one's really close. And that's it. If it would come over here so we can look at it. Okay, this is the horse I'm talking about. That looks more like an Appaloosa to me than the other one did. So it's got the spackling on just the hind end. I don't know why the horse is freaking out. I'm actually not keen on this horse in this game, specifically because it looks very pink, and it seems like an unnatural color for a horse. So it has a flaxen mane and tail, a red body, a white spackled behind, 4 white legs, and a big white face. Almost a bald face. Almost. Pretty horse. It just looks pink to me, so I can't handle it. Yeah. So that's your painted, even though it's really not a paint. But it is an Appaloosa horse, so that part is correct. Okay. The next one is the standard bred pinto. Although I could have sworn we have a painted standard bred and then a standard bred pinto, even though a pinto and a paint are kind of the same thing. This one is described as a white and brown pinto horse, normal speed. So we've already had a Tobiano paint horse or a pinto horse that's brown and white. This one I believe has more white on it than the last one, if I'm not mistaken. I might be incorrect, though I can't really see it from here. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is the problem with this one. It is not a brown horse. That shade where the coloring is on this horse is actually chestnut, not bay. And the mane and tail are white. So here we are again with this problem with them calling a chestnut a brown horse. It doesn't really matter, but it's frustrating for those of us who are horse lovers and we're like, no, that's not a chestnut or that's not a bay. So, yeah, that's your other pinto. A lot more white on this one. I'm actually rather fond of this one. Kind of looks like Rain from Spirits down into the Cimarron. That's pretty cool. Kind of like this horse. So yeah, again with the bay not being, or brown being chestnut and not being chestnut. So yeah. The next one is a Tursk. I've actually never heard of this breed. It might actually be a breed. The color they've associated with a Tursk is champagne. So the description is a champagne horse, normal speed. Now, when I think of champagne, I think of a Palomino. I don't recall if this is the Palomino. I don't think it is. Yeah, see, I don't think of champagne as this color, honestly. So this is your Tursk. It's obviously, to all you horse lovers, this is what's called a dapple gray. Black mane and tail, black face, black hooves, and a gray body. Yeah. So I don't know why they associate champagne. I've never seen champagne that's gray. I always think of champagne as like yellow or gold colored. So I didn't understand why this one was called a champagne horse. So when I first got this horse, I didn't know it was going to be a dapple gray. I'm actually very fond of dapple grays. I think they're pretty cool. This one is just not actually a thing. It's not a champagne horse. So I don't know what a Tursk is, but your Tursk is actually a dapple gray. But here, before this horse decides to walk away, I'm going to get on and show you guys something really cool. Now this is one of my favorite things. I can't slow down. One of my favorite things in this game is you can do this. I love making horses rear. It's kind of fun. Okay. Anyways, moving along. We're going at a really fast pace. I kind of feel silly for doing this video now, because none of these horses are really that bad. Okay. The next one's called the Turkmen. Again, I've never heard of this breed before. That's because I'm a silly little country girl who ain't heard of no real horses other than the American quarter horse. Yeehaw. Okay. Sorry. Turkmen. And the definition is a dark bay horse, normal speed. Now, I imagine this horse is actually, in fact, a dark bay. I think this is the first time they've actually used the term bay to accurately describe a horse, except for the Cleveland Bay, which was that blood bay. So I think this is the only time they're actually using bay correctly. I believe this horse is actually a black bay. But I am wrong once again. This is a regular bay. Hey, where are you going? Get back here, horse. Okay, you know what? We're just going to put me on this horse because something's spooking them in there. Let's go in the sun. We're going to go in the sunlight where it's a little easier to see the color of these horses. Okay. Okay. I can't slow down. So you get from your right bumper broken. Alrighty. So this is the Blood Bay. Not a Blood Bay. I'm sorry. What did I say? A Turkmen. This is your regular bay. So obviously a dark brown on top, is a little bit of lighter areas, black legs, black mane and tail, and a black muzzle. And a white star, if I don't, or maybe a half stripe. So yeah, this is your Turkmen. I don't know what a Turkmen is, but this is what the color is accurately. Okay, we have quite a few more already. Quarter horse. This one is my favorite. Really, truly my favorite. Quarter horse. So we all know that quarter horses can come in a boatload of colors. This one is a chestnut horse with a white striped face. Normal speed. Now what's cool about this is I'm going to save it. I'm going to let you guys see it. You're going to have to wait. Da 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 da! Oh my gosh, what's that? Red Dead Redemption actually accurately had a color? This is, in fact, a chestnut horse with a white blaze. This is the only one that's not been called a brown horse, as opposed to like the other ones who were chestnut, who had chestnut on them, were called brown horses. This is, in fact, a chestnut. I'm really cool on this color. I love this color. I really like red horses. I'm a big fan of Secretariat, so I really like this color horse. I actually rode around on this color horse for a very long time. He's pretty neat. Anyways, that's it. I'm really happy that this horse actually accurately has that name, has that color description. Okay, the Lusitano. I really like Lusitanos. I was actually considering purchasing one recently, named DEM Troubadour. This is unrelated. Beautiful blood bay Lusitano gelding. They're really pretty horses. This particular Lusitano is a red roan horse, normal speed. Now, I don't believe Lusitanos come in red roan. I don't think I've ever seen a Lusitano come in red roan. I've seen Lusitanos come in black, white, gray. So I don't think this is actually an accurate color for a Lusitano. This color. I actually don't know the accurate name for this color, but this is not what I see as a red roan. This is like, I don't even know. I don't know. If any of you can kind of identify this color, you should probably, I'd appreciate it if you comment below and let me know what you think, because I honestly don't know what to call this color. It's like I guess it's a roan, but not a red roan, just a regular old roan. I don't know. It's a pretty horse nonetheless in the game. I just don't know what it's actually called. Okay, but yeah, I don't think Lusitanos actually come in that color. Dutch Warmblood, a black and brown dappled horse, normal speed. I believe this is the dark bay I was talking about. There's people riding by. I believe this is the one. So this is what we call. What did we call this? I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. This is the Dutch Warmblood. Actually, I knew a Dutch Warmblood who was Dark Bay. His name was In Cahoots. Yep, that's it. The Dark Bay. The almost black bay. Hey, how about, can you... Here. I'm going to turn him to the side so you can kind of see that coloring there. He actually is dappled in this game. It's pretty cool. I mean, because he actually kind of has dappling. He's actually a very pretty horse. I do like this horse very much. He's very pretty. Yeah, so that's the God, I don't remember what I said. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Sorry guys. My dog got his cone in the video there. Sorry, or knocked the computer. The last one. And as opposed to these, oh no, not the last one. I have 3 more after this, and these ones don't really count. I'll tell you about those later. I want to say it's called the Ardennais or the Ardennais. Again, a breed I've never heard of, if it even exists. It's a medium brown horse. I don't even know what medium brown means. Is that like what you get your steak as, medium brown? I don't honestly know what it is. But we'll find out, won't we? Thank you guys also for listening to me ramble and hanging out on this adventure with me. This is very fun. That's a hawk walking. Here's your medium brown. That is not brown. I'm sorry, Rockstar Games. This is not a brown horse. It's not. This is kind of what I consider almost a roan. Like, this is like, there's like what, blue roan, red roan, and strawberry roan. This could be probably more like a red roan than the other one. But he's pretty, like I said, nonetheless. I just don't know what I don't know what to call this color. Maybe you guys can comment below, give me your opinions, your ideas on what you think this horse, what you think this color is actually called, or what it should be called if you don't know what it is. Okay, moving on. We have these three, the Infested Ardennais, the Jaded Tursk, and the Lusitano Nag. These three are actually colors of horses that we've already seen. The Ardennais is the one we just looked at, the roan-ish thing. The Tursk is the Dapple Gray, and the Lusitano Nag is the Lusitano is that other roan-ish color that I didn't know the name of. These three horses are 1-stars. They're actually really emaciated horses. I'll come back and I'll show you one of these in a minute. But they're really emaciated and it's kind of heartbreaking. So this one's called the Hungarian Half-Bred. A white horse with a dark face. Now, I don't know what a Hungarian half-bred means. I'm assuming it means like a European stock horse. But I don't know. This one actually looks like my old horse, Artax. This is actually a really pretty horse. You don't get this horse till you go to Mexico, and you can find them in the wild, and they're breakable. This is the Hungarian half-bred. It is a white horse. It is. And it has a black muzzle with a little bit of pink on the nose. You could use some sunblock for that. That's it. He's one of the 3 fastest horses in the game. Like I said, you don't get them until you go to Mexico, and you can break them in the wild. I found a whole herd of them. They were pretty cool. After that, I bought the deed. So yeah, that's it. Looks like my Artax. Pretty Lone Ranger. Oh, wait. You're gonna make a joke. Ready? Wait. You gotta get this through. Hold on. Sorry, everyone. My controller is ready to die. Okay. Hold on. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! Okay. I got that in the system. Sorry, guys. Okay. Last horse before the nags. And it is called the Kentucky Saddler. I'm assuming this means like some kind of Kentucky saddlebred. So I'm assuming it's another gaited saddle horse. This is a Golden Pearl horse, fast speed. Now this horse, I'm assuming you already know what this color is when you hear Golden Pearl horse, but this game likes to keep us guessing. So here we go. Golden Pearl horse is, survey says, that's it. You guessed it. It's a Palomino. This is actually my least favorite color horse of any horse in real life or in game. Do not buy them in Skyrim. I do not buy them here. But I have it because I wanted the deed and whatever. So this is the first of the fast horses that you can break in the game. You break him in it after you chase him down in a canyon. And yeah, it's a Palomino. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, I'm not fond of them. I don't use them very much. But he's pretty. It's a nice shade of gold. If you're going to have a Golden Pearl horse. Still more partial to the Pintos, but that's just me. So, okay. And then I'll show you one of the skinny ones. Let's go with the jaded one. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Okay. This is one of the saddest things in this game, and I actually do not ride these horses. I can't. And if I see people in the universe, in the world, riding these horses, I will hunt them down and shoot them, and I take their horses to the ranch where they can be fed and properly taken care of. This is the jaded Tursk. See how emaciated he is? I mean, look at that. It's just heartbreaking. It's so sad. So sad. I don't like it. It really upsets me. I don't like seeing horses like this under saddle. But anyways, that's the super thin horse. So, hey guys, you made it to the end of my video. I'm actually pretty excited. Anyways, thanks for joining me, you guys. I appreciate it. And if you have any comments, like if you think if I pronounced any of the horses' names incorrectly, or if you'd like to talk about what you thought about the video, or anything about the colors, like I said, if you know what those roans were called, if you could put your opinions in the comments below, I would appreciate that. And if you liked this video, please hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And if you're liking the videos I'm posting so far, please hit subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family. I'm rambling. I apologize, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.